When I turn the camera on, I feel like I have to perform. There's no goal. There's just spontaneity. So let's see what comes out. The phrase that came to mind before I turned the camera on is the Becoming Me Chronicles. It's really about peeling back layers and layers and layers and layers. I think it's better actually if you see what I'm seeing. Hold on. If I can do it. Can I turn it around? It looks like I can't. Oh well. I'm looking at the ocean. The ocean. Yeah. Thinking about makes me think of the depths that's in each one of us, like the depths of uniqueness, like so many layers of unique cognition, unique seeing, unique being, unique doing, unique creating, unique breathing, unique eating, unique walking. But then it gets covered up by layers and layers and layers of conditioning of sameness. Same. Same strategies. The same timelines. The same health. The same exercises. The same music. The same thoughts. The same political party. The same beliefs, the same feelings, the same thoughts, the same rhythms, the same way of working, the same way of doing, the same way of being, the same way of hating ourselves. You know, self-hate isn't real. It's not real. It's not a real thing. Nobody hates themselves. What we hate is the non-self that's like vomited out of us because of these layers of conditioning that we're living. And we hate it because it feels so wrong in our body. It feels so inauthentic. It feels so much like a prison. Where we get stuck there because our minds can't think of anything else except for the sameness. I need to be like him, I need to be like her, I need to be like them, I need to be like anybody else except myself. I've been thinking a lot these last days that the miracle of our body developing itself in the womb. There was no mind in there that was saying, okay, now divide this, and now make this, and now make it a male instead of a female, and make it this, and make it that, and now give this kind of hair. And there was no, like, this strategical mind thing that we try to live by that made that happen. The body built itself. The body didn't just build itself, but it has the capacity to continue to build itself. The body fed itself. It found what it needed in its environment. It moved in its environment the way it needed to move. It got rid of the waste it needed to do in its own environment. It just dealt with the environment it was in on its own. There was nobody there teaching it what to do. There was nobody there homogenizing it, telling it to get up and go to the bathroom now, eat this. Not that I had that many choices of what to eat, but. So why is it so different when we come out? And then it's not even just our own mind that wants to take control of something it never had control of. But we actually give that authority to everybody else's mind. How on earth is somebody else's mind going to know better about what's for my body and my life? Because my body is the life. My life is in this body, like my soul is here for a ride. It's a passenger. It's just a passenger looking out the window. But it tends to be this backseat driver thinking it knows better. And the body's like, oh man, shut up. I got this. We just calm down. I know when to turn left. I know when to stop. When I smelled, because it was like a smell and a taste, when I smelled and tasted this theme of embodiment as something that was going to be really important in my life after having a pulmonary embolism, after my hips giving out, after so many nervous breakdowns, bouts of depression, after panic attacks, after so many burnouts. I never imagined to what point, like to what degree that word or the vastness that word encompassed. I couldn't have imagined. And I sit here now seeing what I'm seeing and feeling what I'm feeling, and I know that 3 years down the road I'll feel even more depth. It'll just be deeper. But when you start to give the control of your life, no, you don't give it. It was always there in the body. I mean, come on. You want to do something and your body says, I gotta pee. Like, how much more obvious is it that your body is in control of your life? You know, you're supposed to give a speech or something like that and your body's like, I gotta go vomit. Whatever it is, you know? Your body's in control of all of it. So when you start, the thing is, I always think of you. I'm a projector. I'm always thinking about the other. But this is my own experiment of surrendering the control to the body. It's like, well, the mind doesn't want to do it. I've been going through a lot of crises lately, which basically are tantrums from the backseat driver. They're tantrums. Like I remember when we were kids, we used to sit in the backseat and throw tantrums. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do that. I want to go home, or I don't want to go home, or whatever it was. And we started fighting with each other. It's that. God, that is so heavy and distorted, and then I don't see it necessarily right away. As a projector, you don't see yourself very well. But if, start getting reflected back to me of how dissonant my frequency is, how ugly it is, how jarring it is to people. When my mind starts taking over. Because the fact is, my body right now wants to tear everything down. Everything. It wants to tear it all down and start again and build from a different foundation, from its foundation. And it's gonna radically different, radically unique, because everybody is radically unique. It won't look like anything I see around me. Anything. I can't look out there and try to see what my life is meant to be like. No, there's no way. No one's going to do it like me. And I've been trying to do it like everybody else and failing. You know, it might look like some success here and there, but inside it's like death. And these days I've really been, you know, the word that comes to my mind is a practice of Zen Abethism. Because it's a practice of Zen, but it's not any Zen that anybody else would teach, because no one can teach me how to be Zen my way. And so the guru is actually my splenic center. The guru is my instinct, my lightning fast instinct in the now of what tastes good for my body. And it's like learning to live on the edge of nothing, and everything, and all the possibilities. It reminds me of a time where I was here by the ocean, and it was a new moon, and so it was completely, you know, super dark, mega stars in the sky. And I stood at night on the edge of the cliff looking down, and it was like into this vastness of ocean and galaxy. And I couldn't see where one ended and the other began. It was just this vast universe of energy and possibility. And what I start to feel is that every single second is being on that cliff. Every single second. You know, and this is for me, because this is not everybody's way of being. But I start to see the magic that magic that comes out when I can just look at my mind and go, okay, do what you need to do, but I'm not following that, and just stay super present and watch what my body does. And I mean, right now, like just in simple things, all of a sudden I'm eating stuff I would never have imagined eating. Maybe it's the same stuff, but I'm cooking in a way that my mind couldn't invent. I'm making something like, I look at it and I go, oh my God, that's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, I'll make things that are artistic. And then they taste so yummy. And then I put on clothes that I haven't put on forever. And then I walk on streets that I've never walked on. Or I walk on the same street and I see things I've never seen. I find myself buying something I don't know why, and like hours later I understand why. Yeah, I feel like that's enough for now. Let's see what comes from all of this.